Welcome back, My Father's Business. This is part 2, Destroyed from Lack of Knowledge. And we're going to be in the book of Enoch. You know, I just introduced the Apocrypha, which is a lot of knowledge is in the Apocrypha, right? But, you know, those books was left out. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just know that the YASHAR'AL has guided me, you know, to these books. And I do a lot of my videos and stuff, and my teachings and everything out of the 66 books, only because that's what most people got. So, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of a key that's opening up the more doors and knowledge, you know what I mean? Because the more knowledge, the more you need knowledge, you know. It's crazy because in the garden, you know, our ancestors, you know, Adam and Eve, they fell because they wanted more knowledge, which they was deceived. You know, of course, they was deceived. That's where you become a fool, right? You're a fool because just, you know, I never once wanted anybody just to believe me, because believe me, I wasn't that way. You know what I'm saying? Somebody try to teach me something or tell me something, and I ain't know, I'm going to do my research. I don't care who it was. I'll go do my own research. You know, I'm never just believing what anybody is telling me. You know, never was like that, ever. Even when I was in the world, you know what I mean? No, I'm going to go do my own research. You know, I'm going to search it out. But, you know, some of us, you know, don't really care, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But that's where people get destroyed from that lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? That lack of knowledge. So yeah, I mean, the more knowledge you got, the more, you know, dangerous it gets. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. And the more knowledge you got, for sure, the more accountable you're gonna be to the Most High Yah. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're going to be jumping. We're going to jump right back into the Apocrypha, and we're going to be going in the book of Enoch. First thing. The book of Enoch. All right. Book of Enoch. Here we go. Now, the book of Enoch is hard to for me to give you scripture, and you know what I'm saying, like what scripture it is, what book it's in, you know. So when I'm just gonna be rolling through kind of real quick. But you know, this is the book of Enoch. Here we go. Enoch, he was the first among men that are born on earth who learn writing and knowledge and wisdom, and who wrote down the signs of heaven according to the order of their months in a book, that men might know the seasons of the years according to the order of their separate months. Right? So, as we can see, this is one of the reasons why they left the Apocrypha out, especially the book of Enoch, right? And we can see that Enoch was the firstborn, the first among men born that are born on earth, who learn writing and knowledge and wisdom, right? And he wrote down the signs of the heavens, right? So we can appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Thank the Most High Yahuwah for taking Noah up and giving him the knowledge. And of course, Noah came back down and dispersed this knowledge amongst his family. Okay. So now we still in Enoch. We're going to Enoch chapter 8. So we in Enoch chapter 8 if you got the book. And we'll just read on. And Azazel taught men to make swords, right? So this is one of the fallen angels right here, one of the fallen angels. And he taught men to make swords, knives, and shields, and breastplates, and taught them about metals of the earth, the art of working them, bracelets, ornaments, and the use of autonomy, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of precious stones, and all colors and dyes. So all of this was taught, right, from a fallen angel to do all of this. This was forbidden knowledge. You know, we weren't really supposed to know it, but now we do know it, right? We know it because our ancestors wanted to know good and evil, right? Let's keep going down. And there was a great enmity. They turned away from God, Yahuwah, and committed fornication, and they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways. Whatever his name is, taught the casting of spells and root cutting, and he taught counter spells, release from spells. He taught astrology. He taught constellations, and the knowledge of the clouds, the signs of the earth, the signs of the sun, the signs of the course of the moon. As men perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. Okay? So men perished from all of this knowledge that they was getting curses and getting all types of this bad knowledge, making swords, people making knives and going to war. You know what I mean? Women beautifying themselves, you know, and all types of bad stuff was happening. And if you don't know, Enoch is, I want to say, either the great grandfather, I know he's in the line of Noah. So this is basically right before Noah came on the scene, and the world got destroyed. Okay, right in Noah's day. But Enoch was taken up first, given this knowledge, you know, and all of this stuff was going on. You know, the fallen angels came down, and it was 200 of them, and and those are the ones that took women as wives or whatever, but they taught all of this forbidden knowledge to them. And that's just to sum it up right quick, give you a good catch up to where we at. So let's go. We're still in the book of Enoch. C11. All right, here we go. For men were created exactly like angels, to the intent that they should continue pure and righteous, and death, which destroys everything, should not have taken hold of them, but though through this their knowledge they are perishing, and through this power consumes them. Okay, so we can see that we was created just like angels, where we'll never die. And we could have been, we was pure, we were supposed to stay pure and righteous. Death would have had nothing to do with us. And which destroys everything, right? But this is what it is, you know what I mean? So through this knowledge, they are perishing. Okay. Let's go here. We're in chapter 98, chapter 98, verse 3. Chapter 98, verse 3 in the book of Enoch. Therefore, they shall have neither knowledge nor wisdom. And because this, they shall die together with their possessions, and with all their glory and splendor, and in shame, and in slaughter, and in great destitution. Their spirit shall be thrown into the furnace of fire. And what that sound like? That sounds like these days right here that's about to be passed. You know what I mean? So, it's coming. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. But that's pretty much what I wanted to discuss right now into this video. You know what I mean? Being destroyed. I want to start off at Noah. We know now that Noah was the first man of men, right, to be on this earth. And we know from in Genesis, Noah got taken up. So Noah didn't die. You know what I'm saying? He got taken up before the world was destroyed in Noah's day. But the reason why the world got destroyed is because the angels came down. You know what I'm saying? It was 200 of them, and to be exact, the leaders came down and they wanted to take wives. So they ended up exchanging the knowledge that they knew for the women. You know what I'm saying? That's where they left all of that out of your 66. You know what I mean? They ain't really say all that. They just said the angels came down and they wanted to take women. But like I said, the Apocrypha, the book of Enoch, the whole Apocrypha, they'll go into detail about everything. But Noah, the book of Noah is one of the main books. I want to say my first book that I was interested in, that wasn't in the 66, that led me to the Apocrypha. And I was like, once I read it, I was like, hold on. Okay, now a lot of people and Christians that was kind of trying to lead me in astray, telling me, no, you just need these 66 books. You cannot read no other books. And then a lot of people say, oh, well, the Apocrypha and other books don't have Yahuwah's name in it and all of that. But we know all these books been tampered with, you know what I'm saying? And that's how they've been trying to control us, as the population, not only just the population, as people and human beings, because these folks is not human beings. It's well known, it's said, the powers of this world and in darkness and high places, like these are not humans, these are fallen ones, and people that took oaths and pledges to work for the fallen one, which the head is who? Satan, the devil. You know what I'm saying? He was tossed out of heaven and his angels was tossed out with him. You know what I mean? Because he was a soldier. He was a soldier too, and he was in the chain of command. He had people under him. So, you know what I'm saying? Enoch was Noah's like great grandfather, think great grandfather. But you know, he got taken up and got all this knowledge. And he came back down eventually. And that's in the Apocrypha too. I'm not sure exactly where it's at. But anyway, you know, now that we got caught up on that, you know, I just wanted to start off with Enoch, because Enoch was and again, you know what I'm saying, you could go back to what they gave us. That's one thing they couldn't really switch up was the Torah. If you notice, they never could switch up the Torah. And I think that was the Most High Yah really being like, nah, you can't switch this up. You know, he gave them rules, you know what I'm saying? He gave them rules and regulations to it. They just can't really do what they want to do. They always got to go and ask y'all first. And we can see that part in Job, right? Because he went and asked Yah, like, your servant Job, you know what I'm saying? He always been protected. You know what I mean? So we can see that, you know, Satan and his demons and stuff just can't do anything. They always got to go ask the Most High first. So with that being said, man, I love y'all. I'll be right back though. I'll be right back with part 3, and we're going to continue into the Apocrypha, and we're going to really take hold of it and go through, just run through some quick scriptures right quick, you know. But I love y'all. I'll be praying for y'all. Peace. Until next time, I'll see y'all, man.
This is my walk with God. I walk with God, one foot in front of the other, following Jesus' footprints. I walk with God. This is my walk with God. Died, but I still live. I'm a witness. This is my walk with God. I walk with God, our Father's business. Welcome to the ministry. This is my walk with God. I walk with God, one foot in front of the other, following Jesus' footprints. I walk with God. This is my walk with God. Died, but I still live. I'm a witness. This is my walk with God. I walk with God, our Father's business. Welcome to the ministry.
I have no words for my spiritual journey, asking God to transform me, metamorphosis. Now I'm recording all of my stories, maybe my testimony, all better a way for you to get to know me. If I said it, I meant that manifestation, all odds against it, finally got on probation, went on vacation, came back taken. I was just playing while you hating. That's motivation. I'm just saying.
This is my walk with God. I walk with God, one foot in front of the other, following Jesus' footprints. I walk with God. This is my walk with God. Died, but I still live. I'm a witness. This is my walk with God. I walk with God, our Father's business. Welcome to the ministry.
I'm just trying to live. They waiting on me to fail. Say they care, but I can't tell. Stuck in hell. I do what I gotta do. I'm well. Lost 100 pounds before I came out that cell. I bounced right back. It won't no chill. I keep it moving. Can't stay still. ADHD for real. Since I was little, pop a pill. I'm sick. I'm ill. Can't calm down. Whole life turn upside down. What's God's plan? Can't understand, but can't complain.
This is my walk with God. I walk with God, one foot in front of the other, following Jesus' footprints. I walk with God. This is my walk with God. Died, but I still live. I'm a witness. This is my walk with God. I walk with God, our Father's business. Welcome to the ministry.